Let me go to August 3rd here. August 3rd, we have Chiron. Chiron is in Taurus, and then it starts to retrograde. Chiron in Taurus is all about self worth, money, stability, security. Could be about the body, especially if you value that, survival patterns, and personal values. As a collective, it could be the cost of living, food, agriculture, housing, banking, finances. Um, Labor, wages, and land and natural resources. When things start to retrograde, meaning that the process of healing, because Chiron is the planet of healing, starts to go internal or it starts to repeat some stuff because you don't listen to it the first goddamn time. Okay. So now it's like you need to listen to me. Old insecurities may return so you can understand where they begin. This is less about external validation and more about rebuilding confidence from within. This is also about pleasure seeking because Taurus is about pleasuring and laziness, and there may be some healing with that. Chiron also is going to be a lot of victimizing in those themes, like people who are victims of money and victims of banking. So let's look out for that. I just want you to understand that it starts to retrograde. So things start to be a little bit different when it comes to healing. Are you getting healing or are you repeating the process of needing healing? Okay. Now, August 4th, we have the sun that is going to trine Saturn. This is very positive. The sun is our identity, it's our confidence, it's our purpose, our visibility. Saturn represents discipline, responsibility, maturity, long term results. And this trine builds our confidence. And it also not only builds the confidence, but makes it more productive. Okay. Saturn is very realistic. So I love when Saturn has a positive aspects because you're not in the clouds. You're being very realistic. On a personal level, this is personal leadership, creative discipline, building confidence through action, taking yourself more seriously, thinking more long term with your plans and with that ego, and turning talent into mastery. The sun in Leo is all about me, and also dealing with some father energy as well and productivity, which is perfect for Saturn in Aries, which is all about the entrepreneurship. This is a trine that is dealing with fire element, and a fire element is very passionate, it's very external, very masculine energy. Collective themes are leaderships presenting structure plans, government or executive decisions, long-term investments in creative industries, greater focus on responsibility and leadership. Now, also this same day, we have, where is it? Venus is at 29 degrees and it will enter Leo. So when it's at 29 degrees in Virgo, there's an urgency to close things out, especially the details of relationships or any type of details or perfectionism when it comes to your aesthetics. And on the day of August 6th, it will enter Libra at 0 degrees. Once it enters Libra, it's going to make a pattern. I'll discuss that in a minute. But first, Venus is at home in Libra, okay? Meaning that it's very, very potent and very strong. So the themes of relationships, beauty, being very diplomatic, social harmony, it becomes more potent and extra strong. Okay. Venus is also going to, once it enters Libra, that is August 6th, it is not only extra strong. So put that down as one. It will be trining Pluto, that is retrograding in Aquarius. It's going to trine Uranus, which is not retrograding, which is in the sign Gemini. It's also going to have an opposition to Neptune. Okay. These things are anything that in early degrees is going to have a huge situation with. Also, it's quincunx Chiron, that is healing, the planet of healing, right? So Neptune is not only entering Libra and being extra strong, but it has some very, very strong aspects happening. And it's going to happen the whole beginning of the month. So get ready for that. Neptune in Aries, opposite of Venus, is going to be the huge issue, deception, maybe illusions in relationship. Venus in Libra is creating a kite pattern. Beauty meets destiny. The kite pattern takes on the ease with that grand trine, but the opposition is that Neptune, and Neptune is really important with this because Neptune represents deception, illusions, secrets, addiction, like you're addicted to a relationship, maybe codependency of some sort happening. Venus in Libra, again, is about relationships, beauty, fashion, art, harmony. Could be about finances, being diplomatic, also law as well. It's trining Pluto. So, relationships, power struggles, that could be softening. Communication is involved here. Maybe you're attracted to someone who's changing your future. Maybe there's something dealing with that's something that's very out of the box, like people who are, what are those, monogamy or polygamous. I can't think of things. A queer relationship could be happening here. It's trining Uranus, and expect surprises, something unexpected, like a love story, maybe something viral, something fast, maybe a new friendship in relationships, or sudden financial opportunities. Maybe it's an air trine, so anything dealing with relationships, socializing, and communication, all that. Now, the opposition here is Neptune, and it's quincunx um, Chiron. So the Neptune is idolizing people, ignoring the red flags, escapism, confusion in relationships, unrealistic expectations. Okay, work on some compassion. Whenever there's an opposition, it means it can't see eye to eye. There is an uncomfortable energy of healing yourself and healing what you value. Remember, we open up the month with Chiron retrograding. So there could be something that needs to be repeated and you haven't done it, and you're sacrificing yourself for a relationship. Okay. So just remember that. We'll continue on this theme. Also, on August 6th, Mercury post shadow phase ends. That is amazing. Okay. Yes. The conversations that were delayed, once Mercury stopped retrograding, I was able to organize my closet. Things were getting a little bit more clear. I have a plan. So that helps me out because we're dealing with Virgo energy in the sky. So the details of things and organization gets better. And on top of that, Cancer deals with home. Okay. Conversations were delayed or confusion may be finally resolving. Plans can move forward. You can travel. Your dealings with issues of family, mom, home, emotions, and personal security, all that gets better. Okay. Now, so this is closing out the first week. The first week of August, okay? And this is a time for healing, building confidence. There is a focus on relationships. A lot of focus on relationships or finances or aesthetics, okay? Focus on self worth, financial stability, responsible leadership, a relationship having a balance. Maybe the codependency could be an issue. Also, too, completing Mercury retrograde. That's great. So, I find that to be the best news ever. Also, too, it's a great week. Remember to stroke that ego and to think long term. Strengthen your foundation before chasing expansion will be the advice of the first week. I'm going to pull a card for this first week. And we have, and this is August 1st to the 8th. And we have the Devil card. This is all about toxic energy. This also could be dealing with finances, but it's definitely dealing with trying to be the greatest of all time. There is materialism, toxic energy, obsession, attachment, addiction, oppression, abusive, shadow self, materialism, sexual lust, greed, and envy. That is very much that Neptune opposing Venus. Also, for this first week of August, there's a heavy load that we are carrying. I'm going to say we because this is a collective reading. Too many burdens, extra responsibilities, effort, stress, and exhaustion, duty, obligations, burning out, and struggles. I do want you to understand that this is the end of that journey of this heavy load that you are carrying. And it could be that you are buying too many things and you need to declutter. Okay. That is definitely something that I see when I look at these two things. You're carrying too much materialism. You're having too much toxic energy. You need to cleanse the energy. Okay. So that is what we have for this first week.